everybody. Today I'm doing a format that's not really a true format I currently teach. I highly suggest the lightest weights you have, maybe even just two 16-ounce water bottles. So I have two sets of weights. These are off an old firm bar. So these are probably, I don't know, 1.5, 2 pounds at the most. And then my 5-pounders. I'm going to be using probably my lightest set for most of this class. This is cardio moves with light weights. We're going to start with a warm-up. We're going to step, touch, right, left, side to side, bench, arm, lateral raise. We'll go about 30, 35 minutes. Now I'm going to take 2 steps over to the right and left. Four more. 2 more. Now step outer hip, and I'm just going to tap it over. Lifting just your left leg. Keep your hip rotated inward. Stay here 4 more. 2 more. Now hamstring. Take the arms down, get the transition into those feet, then add biceps. Warming up without weights. Elbows are tucked in, shoulders down. And if you just want a cardio workout, don't use any weights. Let's do 8 more right here. 8. Last 4. Now, squat down up. We're going to hold our arms down. We're pretending we have weights. Just getting used to that feel. Now I'm going to lift the arms up and down. Palms are forward. I'm bringing the hands forward at the top right here. I'm going to give you the option to add a knee lift. Right knee up, then left. Keep going. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now march. Take that left foot on down. We're going to move over to your right. Let's start with single step touch, double arm, lateral raise. I do have the elbows bent right here. 2 steps. Four more like this. Now, step outer hip, step tap in. Just your right leg will be lifting to the side. My dog, oh, there she is, there she goes. Stay here 8 more times. 8, 7. Last 4. Now hamstring curls next. Arms come down, step curl. And then let's add those curls. Elbows are tucked in, shoulders relaxed and down, chest lifted forward. Eight more. Last 4. Now squats, arms at the sides, down and up. Shoulders back. Next time, add the arm raise. This is like a big circle in front of you. So I'm tapping the outside edges of my thighs at the bottom. The hands come up in front of me at the top. Last 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Add knee up. Left knee, right knee. Last 8 right here, and our warm-up will be done. We'll pick up some weights. Remember, I would always go a little bit lighter. This style of workout. A little bit more cardio. All right, let's walk it out. So I'm gonna get the lightest weights I have. I'm guessing these are somewhere, I don't know, 1 to 2 pounds. All right, chair squat. Feet are a little bit more narrow. Shoulders down. Single count with the beat. Ready, and go. Down, up, down, up. I'm gonna add a double arm front raise to the shoulders. Now, as we bring the arms up, control the movement, and I want you to give those gluteals just a little extra squeeze from the back as you straighten up. 4 more. Now, back lunge, right leg. Ooh, I did my right and told you you're right. I apologize. 1 arm. Now, same arm front as is stepping back on that side. Arm and leg both move. Same side. So you're gonna feel the heart rate get up because we're gonna always be moving these large muscle groups. I've got a very light set of weights in my hands, and that of course is even an option. 4 more. 2 more. Now, hands down, ski move. Just tap, tap. Add biceps, hammer style. Up, down. Elbows tuck in. Little coordination exercise here, by the way. 4 more. 3. 2 more. And squat, down, up. No arms. Now, variation from the front raise, a V raise. The arms go to the corners of my room. Stopping at shoulder level. Now, you can add that little bit of that gluteal squeeze as we stand. Open the hips without arching your lower back. We'll get a little extra gluteal work. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. All right, let's bring those feet back in narrow. Squat, calf raise, right here. Hands at the ears. Option, press, squat. Now I do have the calf raise, so you can do a couple of things here. You could do the squat and press without the calf raise. You could do the calf raise and press without the squat, or I am doing everything at once here. Controlling the move is our most important goal here. Should feel a heart rate climb on this. Last 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. All right, let's walk that out for a second. That is round 1 completed. I'm going to switch to my next level up, which is still light weights, 5-pounders. I'm going to be doing some dumbbell rowing. So it's big, strong back muscles. All right, we are going to start with a step back curtsy and hinge. So I cross, back, step in. So I'm back. I'm going to hinge it slightly forward. Hold it. I'm looking for a long line from that back heel through the crown of my head. Now let's see about adding 1 dumbbell row. As you sink back into that gluteal curtsy and slight hip hinge, Bracing from the abdominals underneath. Elbows pull straight up and back. Chest stays forward. Curtsy hinge, one arm row. We're going to do 4 more here. This is very similar to doing a compound strength session, except that we're always going to keep moving. So our legs and the movement is just as important as the weights. All right, front kicks, no arms. Kick, kick. Now I'm going to bring the hands up halfway. I'm going to squeeze back. If I turn to the side, I'm driving the elbows straight behind me, trying to use the muscles in my mid-back to make that happen. Shoulders down from the ears. Just a little squeeze, little squeeze. Last 8 right here. 8, 6, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, just walk it out, catch your breath. Forward lean lunge, reverse slide. Let's take that right leg out. Step back and change. Kind of like the curtsy. I step front, I want that imaginary straight line from the back heel, through the knee, through the hip, through the shoulder, right up through the crown of the head. Shifting more weight into my front leg. Trying to keep that back leg a little more straight than bent like a lunge. Toe is down and back, helping me stay in balance. But my body weight is primarily shifted into that front leg, making sure as I gaze down, my knee is over the ankle or maybe the shoelaces. Last 4. Last 2. And your last one here. All right, back lunge, left leg first. Arms down, no arms. Focusing on the lunge, we are bending at the knee as opposed to that forward lean lunge we just did. Keep this going 8 more times. And we have 4 more. Now step cross back, left, right. Now I can do this low impact. I can add just a little hop across. My arms are hanging down from the shoulders. Soft fist, gripping, medium pressure, so we don't drop them. We don't have to use the extra weight, of course. Always an option to put that weight down. Remember, we are using light and lighter weights today for this particular workout style. Cardio with weights. Last 8. Last 4. All right, nice work. I'm gonna switch to my lighter set. So my 2-pounders, we'll just call them that. I don't know for sure. For your reference, we'll be doing triceps primarily. All right, we're going to start lateral squat walks. We're going to have the hands right at that rib cage. Squat walk over. Come back. Add on tricep kickback when you step. Go back. Keep this going. Let's add a little bit of rotation. Palms up at the back. Then they rotate back in at the side of the ribs. 2 more sets. One more set. Now we're going to go into hamstring curls. You're going to step on the right foot first, arms down. I'm going to give you 2 options here. If you have any concerns with your shoulders, I'm going to ask you to do biceps. Work small in the middle as opposed to full range of motion. If you don't have concerns with your shoulders and you're comfortable with an upright row, we're going to pull. Now, I've got the rainbow on my shirt today. I am not lifting up higher than that rainbow. Keeping my shoulders released and down from my ears. Think of where? Right across from that mid-upper arm. Right across the chest. Palms face back. Keep it low. Exaggerate the feeling of making this upright row not very up. Mid-right row. Right to the mid-chest. That's it. Last 4. All right, step it out to plie right here. Hands right at the fold of your hips. Pulsing. Let's keep that chest forward. Shoulders aligned vertically over my hips. No hinging. 4. Now, heel raise. Let's try both. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. So we're kind of holding this at the top for half a beat. 4 and 3, 2. Pulse it down. See if we can get a little deeper. Maybe walk it out a little wider. That is how you will get deeper. We don't want to exaggerate the knees out over the toes. So you might have to separate the heels out if you can. Now we're going to alternate quickly. Right, left, heel raise. Right, left. Keep the body centered, meaning I'm not going to shift out from center into that heel I'm lifting. Keep everything stacked. Shoulders over hips. Last 8 right here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Finish with a pulse. Let's take those biceps right at the mid-range here. Palms up and pulse with it. Stay here. 8 more. Draw the shoulders down the back. Pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to do a second set of the squat walk with tricep kickbacks coming from the other side. Hands at the rib cage. 2 squats go left. Triceps kickbacks. We already know the move, so let's get into that rotation. Palms up, palms in. Chest is forward, think long spine. Tailbone to the crown of your head. It does help to keep that gaze more forward rather than looking down at your feet. Shoulders down from the ears. Always check in on that, or you will end up with perhaps a little extra tension in the neck area, which doesn't feel good later on in the day. We're going to do it again. Over, over, take it back. Do it again. Okay, last one is here. Nice work, walk it out. I do like to shake out the hands after each round. Roll the wrists. We're gonna move into our next round. We're gonna do transverse twist. Now, when we do the twist with weights, elbows tuck in at the sides, palm faces in, thumb is up. So knowing that move, you may or may not choose to do a weight with it. I would go with your very, very lightest. So elbows in, shoulders down. Let's tap. Right toe first. Let's get the tap. When we say transverse twist, we turn a little extra through the waist. Make sure the feet are comfortably turned out. And then we're just going to pretend, got a little toe tap, reach, or punch, but we are not locking the elbows. About 80–90% extension. Reach and pull. Eight more right here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 more, 2 more. Right toe, side tap right here. Tap it out. Now I am not hinging at my hip. It's not the athletic tap. Right hand at the hip. Reach. Now notice how high my hand stays here. It is not coming down to the shoulder. It's working from my ear up. So when I come down, that elbow's at about 90 degrees. I do have a little bend in that left hip and knee just to lower my center of gravity. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet come in, elbows tuck back. This is one we will repeat on the other lead. Some of them I have not been. It's not that significant. This one, I will do everything over again. So I've added a little squeeze and lift. Biceps, or I should say elbows, stay fixed at 90 degrees. I'm going to open the arms, chest fly, out and in. We squat, we lift, we open and close. Down, up, out, and in. I am going to add a lower body lift, not this time. Now, we will lift right knee as we open. Squat stand, now the left knee. Try to hit that balance. Try to hesitate right there. Down, up, open, close. Try to stand up nice and tall, out of that squat for the knee lift and balance. We will do 4 more right here. Squat, stand, lift, down, up, lift. 2 more, down, up, lift. 1 more. Nice work. All right, just bring those arms down. Let's get a march going on that left foot. Here we go. Left, right. Hands at the rib cage. The toe tap and twist. Left toe. Here we go. Turn, turn. So this is where my punch or reach will start and finish. Elbows in, palms facing in, thumbs are up. Go ahead and add that in if you want. Careful to protect the elbows here. Almost all the way out. We just don't want to throw that weight out from our shoulder. We want to be able to pull that arm back in with control. All right, we're going to do one more set of 8, and that's actually 8 sets. 7, 6, draw the shoulders down, keep that good posture here. And 4, 3, side taps with your left foot will be next. Anchor it down, sit down, a little bit of a squat, not too much. Hand at the ear, let's get that toe. Opposite arm, half press. Again, pay attention to how high this is. It's working on that top half of that press. Staying out of the shoulder at the bottom. Keep that posture up. Even though we are sinking down a little for a right leg squat, want that posture tall, shoulders down from the ears, that half press. Let's go 8 more from here. 8, 6. Now, squat stand. Bring those feet in under the hips. We're going to bend the elbows to 90 degrees. We're going to squeeze back, lift the elbows. I would say definitely not higher than shoulders in front. You might be a little more comfortable. The elbows slightly down. The elbow does not bend. My movement is at the shoulders here. Next one, add the fly. We open and close at the top. Out, in. Like last time, we're going to add a move with that fly movement at the top, but it's going to be an outer hip. We will lift the left leg as we do the fly. Then we will do the right leg up. Try to stand tall. Avoid leaning away from your lifted leg. This one's a little bit harder than the knee up. Why? Because we're lifting everything out away from our physical center. So the farther away from the physical center, the more of a challenge. An option here might be a toe tap out. You're still getting that movement underneath because you do that light touch. Body weight supported in the opposite leg. So still training for balance here. Let's do 4 more. 4. Out. 3. Out. 2. Last one coming up, and we're at the end of another block of movement. That means set the weights down. Maybe grab a sip of water. If you're working up a little bit of a sweat, let's wipe that off so it doesn't fall, and make a slippery floor for us. Okay, we're going to do dumbbell rows. That's this move. But we're also going into biceps and triceps. So always go with what's the hardest move for you? What's the weakest muscle group? So for me, it would definitely be triceps. So I'm going to go with the weight that would serve me better on the triceps, okay? Because this isn't strength training today. This isn't training. We're getting the benefits of that through muscle endurance training, but we're not opting for those heavy weights today. Go for control, executing the movements properly. We're just going to take a little step touch. Right, left, hands at the sides. The weights are adding a little bit to all of this cardio that we're doing. Now I'm going to angle this to the corner. So now my movement is a little more front to back towards the corner of my room. Now notice I am starting a little bit of a hinge at the hip. Then I come back up tall at the back. Arms are down. I'm going to row. As I step tap front hinge, that is when those arms will come up. They will come towards my rib cage. This will not be the full range of motion you would get in a dumbbell row if we were doing a full hinge and not doing all this movement underneath. So lower the expectations of your range of motion, but keep your good form. Smaller range, still opening the chest as we draw those elbows back. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, arms down. I'm going to do a hamstring and a knee. A hamstring and a knee. Tricep, bicep. Now, it's so easy to swing these arms. So I'm going to ask you to really focus on that. Keep the torso upright as best you can. You might have a little lean, but make it full body instead of hinging at the hips. I am adding that rotation at the back. I want you to straighten that arm at the back. Curl to the shoulder. Try to stop the elbows right at the rib cage as you transition from the bicep to the tricep and vice versa. Let's go for 8, 7, keep that chest forward, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. All right, we're going to take these dumbbells. Start over to the left. Turn out your stance, shoulders down. Low squat 2-step. 1, 2, 3. Now what I'm doing is called a low squat slide. I'm keeping a turned out stance, plie style. I'm adding a little bit of a hop through that center. Pointing that toe nice and long to the inside. Arms are in tight. Controlling this little bit of extra impact, which of course is optional. If I want to stay low impact, walk, 2, 3, tap. Let's do 8 more. 8, 7, 6. Elbows are tucked in, shoulders relaxed and down. Chest forward. Best posture you got. Last 2. And last 1. Nice work. Bring it in, relax those arms. Let's walk on that left foot first. This is another sequence. We got to do it both sides. So we're going to start, step, touch, left, right. Arms are hanging down at our sides. We will be doing the exact same sequence, just to the left corner this time. It doesn't change the work very much for the upper body. So if you do not want to use weights for the second set and do the movement and the arms without weight, you could perfectly well do that. Now, I'm going to start to diagonally turn this. So now I'm more forward to back, step, tap, tap. I'm going to start to add that hinge. I'm prepping myself for this move because it's pretty quick. Just a slight hinge. I'm going to add that row. Hinge, row. It all happens at the same time. Keep the elbows in, pull up and back. Small hinge, maybe 10 degrees. If we were doing double arm rows just by themselves, we might hinge more 20 to 30 degrees. We're only going about 10 degrees. But we got to squeeze those muscles in the back. Focus, concentrate, and engage the muscles. Squeeze back. Remember, because of this movement style, our range of motion might not be as full. So keep that in mind, but you still get the benefit of the movement, the muscle gets worked, and you're getting that cardio. Let's do 4 more, and then we'll transition to the hamstring and the knee up. 2 more. Now arms will go down as we transition. Hamstring, knee. And you're free to keep that tap, front, back movement if this doesn't feel comfortable. Remember, we need to anchor the arms at the sides. All right, let's take that curl, kick back. So what that means, obviously my back of my arm lifts away from my body. I bring it in, that's where I connect to the rib cage so that my bicep curl is in good form. Once I take the arms down, underneath my shoulders out of that curl, then I can lift the elbows back, execute that triceps kickback, and then you do it all again, front to back. Let's check in with the upper body. Chest is forward, shoulders down. Good posture. Let's do 8 more right here. 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 3, last 2, and last 1. Good job. All right, moving over to the right side of your room. We're going to head left. Hands come here. Practicing slowly because I did not set us up here. All right, let's take that to tempo. Low squat slide. 1, 2, 3, tap. Now, if you liked that slower movement, hey, it's yours to do. There's impact, not much. Low impact. I'm going to stay low. Step, together, step, tap. If I want to add a little moderate impact, it's not very far off the floor. You don't have time. Working that lower body rhythmically, big muscles, equals aerobic exercise. It'll be interesting. I can check my Fitbit when I'm done, and I will see how this workout did in and out of my cardio zones. I feel like I'm probably in the low end for probably 90–95% of this format. Last 4. All right, walk it out. Good job. Put those weights down. Grab a sip of water. Kind of check in how you're feeling. We're going to start to wrap this up. We're going to do a little bit of standing core work. This is a good time. If you are working on your balance, it's a work in progress. Maybe grab a chair, or I have my handy dandy bar over here that I could hold on to if I needed to. And it's also okay to wobble, just don't fall in your house and injure yourself. So make sure you are setting yourself up for safety and success. No weights on this. All right, body weight in that right leg. Think spinal balance if we were in all fours on the floor, but we're gonna do it upright. Now, we're gonna take that right arm forward by the ear. My left leg is pulling back and down. Let's flex the toe in, bend the right knee. Now, I am going to hinge at the hip just a little bit more. That is going to be up to you. It might be an inch tighter. You might be able to fold 6 inches. You might go to where your body is parallel to the floor. If you want to hold on to something, maybe this hand is out on that object, and then you're able to increase your range of motion. We need to pull that belly in towards the spine, nice and tight for support. That right leg bent slightly at the knee, arm up by the ear. I'm just pretending to hold on to something here, but I guess if you wanted to, and you wanted a little balance assistance, this arm could go out for counterbalance. Just one more on this side. All right, now knees up. I'm going to throw in just a little standing. Arms crossed, genie style. Twist to the opposite knee. Twist, twist. Now I can do a little crunch down. If I don't like that feeling, I can stay up tall and just twist. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1. All right, heart rate got up again, didn't it? Sitting down slightly in that left hip and knee, pelvic tuck. Left arm goes up by the ear. Back toe reaches back. Start with the hand on the hip. Go for a hip extension. Flex the toes. Now, let's take an inhale and exhale. Here's where you decide. How much more do I want to fold at that left hip? Do I need to hold on to something to make sure I'm staying safe? Especially if you're exercising alone. This arm can also be extended out to add a little bit of counterbalance to that left leg. Or maybe you just want to do a little isometric shoulder work on that side. Hold that arm out. I have to admit, this arm out holding thing, strictly spontaneous. I did it as a demo to hold onto a surface, and I kind of liked how it felt. I do that a lot, come up with things that I end up using over and over. These are at your own pace. I'll just cue us to finish one more, which is what I am doing right now. One more. And release, shake it out. Alrighty, toe tap, out and across. Now keep those hips squared. I promise you I am bringing that heart rate down. I am still sweating. So I'm tapping, crossing. Hips stay squared forward. Bring it to the side, cross the body. Last two. Last one, hold it across the body, just lift and lower. Little inner thigh, spontaneous work, balance work when we cross the leg over the midline of your body presents a big balance challenge for most of us because we don't do this very often. We want to get the heart rates down. Two more here. Separate the feet. We're going to take the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades, contract to the front. Think length in the front and length in the back, rather than opening and then rounding. I'd like to think we're lengthening from the tailbone all the way up the back, on up through our neck, and right out through the top of our head. Let's do two more here. And then we'll do that adductor side tap combination. All right, hands on the hips, toe tap. We're out, we cross. Hips stay square, we don't turn anything. This is all movement at that hip. All we want to try to do is get it across the midline. So if you get 1/2 inch over the midline, but you're keeping your body squared forward, that's perfect. If you try to make it bigger and you start to turn, back it up. I am apparently not very flexible on this side. I'm not getting quite as far across as I did on the first side. Whoa. 2 more. We're going to hold it over here. Now just a very small lift and lower. Again, think eyeballs on the front of your hip bones. They're staring straight ahead. They're not turning to that corner. One's not looking over there. The other one's looking straight ahead. They're both straight ahead. You're trying to draw the leg across. It's not going very far and it's not going very high. Last 2 and last 1 feet apart. Inhale. Let's bring those fingertips right into the mid upper back. Now lengthen the low back, pelvic tuck. Try to draw the shoulders down and the elbows in. Just reach up and release. Let's do that again. Same thing. So we've got a couple of things to check for. Touch down first. Sink down slightly in the knees. Pelvic tuck. See if we can release the shoulders away from our ears, but draw the elbows up tighter towards the head. And release. Let's rotate in the shoulder joints. Full range rotations. Thumbs face back, palm up. All the way around. Palm is up again. Right here, good. All right, let's take those hands behind the low back. We're gonna lace those fingers. We're gonna pull gently away, pelvic tuck. So if I pull back and it forces me into an arch, I wanna correct that and tuck. That way I get the most range of motion through the stretch. Anchor that torso in neutral. And release. All right, let's do a little wrist roll. You were holding gripping weights for that whole workout. We did focus on low end cardio zone movements, light weights, muscle endurance. A little bit of balance work was thrown in there too. Let's inhale, both arms up. Exhale, shoulders roll. And that is it. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will hopefully see you later.